What's going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today the hype continues for me personally. I am loving this. We got brand new information on the Infinite Dragon Ball History event that's going to be coming to both Global and JP, and we got EZAs, count them 3 right now, for new units, or basically, you know, they're old units, but you get the idea, right? They're basically reborn, essentially, for all of these new, abilities that they're going to get and everything. So we're going to get into all the information. I did make one mistake, if you guys saw my post on Twitter, to the essay for the Goku/Gohan, but everything else was correct. I even double-checked it with Goresh, and now we even get to take a look at here, okay? So if you guys don't know what this website is, this website's been around for quite a while now for Dokkan. There's somebody on in Twitter in the community that updates this every day. He lives here in Japan, obviously. And Goresh was actually finding some stuff, and I'm like, where do you find this information? Like, DBZ Space isn't up yet, and he sent me the link, and I was like, oh. Well, all right, let's take a look at this real quick, okay? So we're going to go over the information that we know of so far for the event. There are a couple of things we still don't know about it, but for the most part, we understand everything. And then we're going to go over the 3 EZAs as well. Just figured I'd combine it all into one big video for you guys. That way you guys aren't jumping around the different videos and trying to, flesh it all out and everything, okay? So first off, the Dokkan, or the Infinite Dragon Ball History, okay? So as you guys know, we talked about this yesterday in yesterday's video, where basically, it's considered infinite for some reason, where you're going to take on the entire Dragon Ball history. So we would assume that'd be Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Super, however you want to do it. I don't technically GT's after Super, but you guys get the idea. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So this is basically the Goku event with an added stage, but there are 2 stages for this one event, okay? So what that means is that there's gonna be one stage where you fight, 8 different enemies, essentially. And then there's going to be another stage, again, within the same event, that you'll then fight another 8 enemies, okay? Now, I personally couldn't find any here. I could find the missions, I could find the Super 3, I could find all this stuff, but the Goresh was somehow able to find the enemies that you're actually going to face off against right here, okay? So here are the enemies that you're going to be facing off against. So apparently, according to him, stage 1, you're going to fight against Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, Piccolo, Super Vegeta, Super Trunks, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan Gohan, okay? So they're sticking to the Cell Saga, which would make sense due to the celebration that we're having, but it doesn't make much sense in terms of, they say it's called the Infinite Dragon Ball History, and we're only covering one section, which means, for the most part, we can assume there are going to be more of these. Like, there's going to be way more of these. We'll get a Namek one, we'll get a Buu Saga one, we're going to get a Super one, maybe a Universe 6 saga, we'll get a Universal Survival Saga. All that stuff would be my guess, at least, which I'm all for, okay? Because then stage 2 is Android 19, Dr. Gero, 18, 17, 16, Cell First Form, Second Form Cell, and finally Perfect Form Cell, okay? So if you guys count that out, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, if I remember correctly, with the Goku event, it's Base Goku, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, God, Blue, UI, Sign, and then UI Master. So that's 8 stages as well, actually. So I guess technically it's the same as the Goku event. The one thing, and I'm pretty sure it's very similar to the Goku event, where it's just going to continue the battle. It's not going to be like Super Battle Road, where you finish one battle, you have to move a couple of spaces, and then you go to the next battle. If it's like that, oh, that's gonna hurt me so much. That's gonna hurt me so much, because we're still never gonna see some transformations. But anyway, so again, a lot of us are expecting that this is gonna be just like the Legendary Goku event, okay? So there's gonna be, again, 2 acts here at the start. I'm assuming it takes no act, obviously, and then for each of these stages that you beat, so when you beat, for example, the Yamcha, you're gonna get a prize. There's gonna be a mission prize for that. If you beat Yamcha and Krillin, then obviously there's one for Yamcha, there's one for Krillin, and so on and so forth, okay? Because remember, they said initially in the news that, hey, even if you don't beat this entire thing, as long as you get past a certain boss, you're going to get certain rewards and missions, okay? So we can take a look down here that we have, here are the missions basically, okay? So here are all the missions. So this is complete stage 1, boss 1, aka Yamcha, which goes right in line with what Goresh had. So I guess this is technically where he pulled up the order of them. I just wasn't sure exactly on that now, the more I think about it. So, because it says literally Yamcha right here. Okay, so you're going to get a prize here if you beat stage 1 completely and you get on to stage 2. This right here, this little bit of kanji, talks about, if this will highlight, I guess it's not going to. It basically says that, hey, you need to get onto stage 2, and then and that will count as beating stage 1. So, like, if you get down to, like, a slither of health on Yamcha, then he kills you, well, then obviously you haven't beaten stage 1 yet, okay? Stage 2, you're going to get a prize. Stage 1, boss 2, boss 3, boss 4, all the way down. And then this one says here, Super Trunks, Super Saiyan Goku, and then Super Saiyan Gohan. Okay, so here's the final one right here. And then this seems to be beat the entire stage 1 completely. Okay, clear the entire thing for stage 1, and you'll get something. Okay, again, it doesn't tell us exactly what we're getting. These just simply say these are the titles of the missions. Of course, in Japanese, global will just be simply be in English or whatever language you have, and then it will then, you know, it's going to tell you, hey, beat this boss, this boss, this boss, this boss, all the way until the final boss. Okay, and then the same thing happens for the cell stuff as well. Down here, you know, obviously, so stage 1, Jinzo Ningen Ju Kyugo. Okay, so that's Android 19, Dr. Giro 16, or sorry, 18, 17, 16, so on and so forth. You guys get the idea. Now, there are a couple of extra little missions here as well, where it basically says that when you're taking on stage 1, so again, that's taking on the hero units essentially, that you'll get a special mission if you can bring 3 Android category characters into the battle, okay? It says Android category, it does not say Android/Cell Saga category characters, so you could bring MVP 17, because again, he's the leader for the Android category if you bring that team to beat this. Or if you bring in Super 17, because he mitigates damage, you know, you can do that if you want to, okay? As long as they're in the Android category, yeah, right here is the Android category. However, the one above it says to bring 3 characters that are in the Android category / Cell Saga category. So there are 2 different missions there, so that's definitely something to note, okay? And then down here, if we go towards, and again, this is where you're fighting off against all the androids, essentially. There's one mission here saying bring 3 characters or more using half sand category characters. This one says bring 3 or more pure sand category characters. And that seems to be it, because this is beating the entire stage 2, this is beating Perfect Cell, and then this is beating all the missions, okay? So that's what's really gonna work, okay? So, well, they at least didn't wait an eon like they did with the LR Vegito and Gogeta. We actually have a stage where you can take the LR Gohan Super Saiyan 2 on any team, basically, and you can transform him, okay? Because you'll be fighting up against all Android categories throughout the entire battle. And then, as long as you're below the 58% HP, which again, if we're assuming this is exactly like the LR Goku or the Legendary Goku event, then you'll be able to do that no problem. Stack his defense for a long time, have him transform in the harder parts, and boom, you're going to kick some major butt, okay? And you do not have to do the cheesy Android 16 thing. So I'm happy about that. I'm super happy about that. Still not a fan of the mechanic, as you guys all know, but hey, I guess I'll take what I can get, okay? So, with that being said, though, there are going to be a couple of cards that are really going to help in this event, okay? And the first one is the EZA. We have the EZA data download information, both global and JP, for the Goku/Gohan, the Exchange Goku/Exchange Gohan. So here we are. Here are their stats when they were completely orbed out, and then obviously we've got their EZA stuff down here, okay? So we've talked about what their EZA, or what their pre-EZA stats are, what their passive skill is, and everything like that. Let's take a look at what they do now with, you know, their Extreme Awakened stats, essentially, okay? So, 12 key super attack, raises defense. This is the one thing I actually got wrong, because I was looking at some pictures with I was on my phone, and I was just like, okay, so they both raise attack and defense on their super attacks for both the Goku and the Vegeta. Turns out I was a little wrong on that one. The Goku just simply stacks his defense, but then he lowers attack. So that was my mistake on that, because again, I was on my phone trying to rush to my classes. I was also doing that for you guys, okay? But anyway, so again, stacks defense indefinitely, and then he'll lower the attack on the opponents. Now, I'm going to assume that if this event is very similar to the Legendary Goku event, then that lowering attack is not going to do much past stage, say, I don't know, for the good guys, probably Super Vegeta, and for the villain side, I'm going to say Android 16 maybe. It's just not going to happen, unfortunately, because again, lowering attack is definitely something a lot of people like to use in something like Super Battle Road, but hey, it's still a cool effect, right? He does 2 different things, essentially, which is really cool, okay? And then, obviously, when he exchanges with the Gohan, why does this say raises defense, lowers the attack? Raises defense, it definitely lowers the attack. Something's off here. I'm not sure exactly. I'm pretty sure the Gohan thing is a little different. We'll get to that in a second, okay? Anyway, let's go down to the passive skill real quick, okay? So, or the leader skill and the passive skill. So the leader skill for the Goku, before he exchanges, and technically when he's the same when he exchanges to be just Gohan. Category for Goku lineage, Ki +3, stats up 77%. And super tech types, or just tech types in general, stats up 50%, Ki +3, okay? Vegeta's the exact same way now. He's going to be the Vegeta lineage category, Ki +3, stats up 77%, and then also the STR types, Ki +3, 50%, okay? Passive skill. So let's go ahead and take a look at the passive skill here. Let's see. At the beginning of the turn, you get attack and defense up 50%, and all Goku lineage category allies get Ki +2 and attack and defense up 30%. That's really good right there. They're basically at the point of the Zeno Goku and Vegeta, okay? Or at least, again, this Goku compared to the Zeno Goku from the Heroes banner, exact same passive in terms of the category support part, okay? So I think the Zeno Goku gets like 70% or 77% attack and defense at the beginning of the turn. Bottom line, basically the same thing. So this is a nice extra free-to-play option if you did not get that card, if you did not pull in the Heroes banner. This is a very, very good card to have right here, okay? And then I'm going to go actually over to my Twitter real quick because, again, I translated those correctly, the exchange part. We'll be right back. Okay, so this is after the exchange part. Again, you guys can see right here that I made that mistake of raising attack or raise the attack and defense and supreme damage for the Goku part. That part was my bad. Everything else though is correct. So after the exchange, the Gohan, so when he's just Gohan himself, he'll raise his attack and defense for 1 turn, and he lowers the enemy's attack and defense. So that's pretty cool right there. He's doing basically 4 things. He's raising his attack, he's raising his defense, he's lowering the enemy's attack, and lowering the defense is still kind of garbage for the most part, but you guys get the idea, right? Passive skill, at the beginning of the turn, Ki +3, attack and defense up 90%. Then, when you are facing an Android/Cell category enemy, you get an additional attack and defense up 50%, you get 2 additional attacks, and they have a high chance to be a critical, which is pretty cool right there, okay? And then if we take a look at the Vegeta part, the Vegeta I was actually correct on. Again, this is because I messed with the pictures as I was trying to rush to teach my next class and everything. So Vegeta with his EZA, okay? So Vegeta, if you go down here, Vegeta lineage category, Ki +3, stats up 77%, like I said before. 50% to all STR types as well, and Ki +3. Passive skill, own attack and defense up 90% and Ki +2, okay? That whole regen, negates it and everything. That basically works for fighting Cell, which still is garbage to this point. So unless they add it into this Infinite Goku event, or this Infinite Dragon Ball History event, which I guess they could, but generally we've never really seen that used before. So we'll have to wait and see, right? We'll have to wait and see. And then obviously the exchange, when he goes into Trunks, he raises his attack and defense for 1 turn and greatly lowers the enemy's defense, which is pretty cool. Passive skill at the beginning of the turn, Ki man, they went overkill on this Ki here for the Trunks, because if you guys know, Vegeta has basically nothing but Ki links except for like 1 attack link, I think, or something like that. And now all of a sudden when you use the exchange, you get +7 more Ki. Even though you're about to lose some of that Ki, you still have all those Ki links and everything. So you're still never really got to worry about not getting a super attack. Anyway, though, passive skill, at the beginning of the turn, Ki +7, attack and defense of 140%. Then, every single turn that he comes back around, you lose 1 Ki and you lose attack and defense of 10% for a total of 90%, okay? So he does lose a decent amount of attack there and defense, okay? But I guess that's the whole point of the Vegeta, right? When you have Vegeta out here, before he exchanges, you raise your attack and defense, like it says right here, okay? So you're going to stack them for quite a while. And then if you want to, say you're past whatever, you're like, okay, you know what? I've maxed this guy out enough. Let's get Trunks out here and try to finish this guy off. Exchange Trunks in, and then you get that 140% attack and defense boost on top of all the attack and defense you've stacked. And even if you go into the next turn, you've only lost a little bit. You haven't lost too much. So that's something right there, okay? Now, I've been seeing videos. I saw the video from D-Free on these guys and their attack stats and everything and how good they are. I'm guessing Truth also has one out by now, but again, at the time of this recording, I did not see that such video. But these guys are hitting pretty well for some free-to-play units. These are going to be very good. For the most part, they've almost made the Legendary Goku event completely free-to-play now. They have. These guys, plus some of the cards that are already out and everything, LR Vegito, the free-to-play SCR one, yeah, that event, I'm going to be doing that on stream next week probably after these EZAs come out. I am 100% going to get that done, no problem. I know it's been done already, but it was definitely a lot more RNG based. This though, like, you have all these free-to-play units now that can raise attack and defense, so they're dealing the damage and blocking. Yeah, I think we're good to go. We're basically good to go here, okay? So, and then finally, I don't know if this card would technically be good on this stage. We'll have to wait and see. But Gohan here has gotten his EZA stats, okay? So, EZA, let's take a look at his super attack first real quick. So he raises his attack greatly for 1 turn, and he still does immense damage. So this is one of those few units that actually has immense damage. It's not a Dokkan Fest card, okay? So, leader skill, Kamehameha category, Ki +3, stats up 100%, and then all types Ki +3, stats up 77%. So he's a Rainbow lead and a Kamehameha category lead. So technically, if you wanted to, this is that. Again, I don't know why you would not put the LR Gohan as a leader skill over this guy, but maybe if you don't have the LR Gohan, you can bring this Gohan as a leader, and you can use a friend LR Gohan, and you can put a Android card onto this category and at least get +3 key, but then Gohan's still not giving him. So because there's an AGL Gohan, I'm scratching everything I just said because you're still using the stupid gimmick of putting the Android 16 on this team, and I'm still not a fan of that. So scratch that. I thought one thing, and it wasn't the way I thought it was. I guess technically the only way it would still work is if you brought this Gohan as a friend, this Gohan as a leader, the EZA, so I have 2 of those guys because that's 2 super category leads right there, or I guess just leader skills in general. Then for some reason have the LR AGL Gohan in there in the team, and 16 could be a run, but again, that's just, no, I'm not gonna play that way. So anyway, passive skill, at the beginning of the turn, key +3, stats up 77%. And if you happen to have a Super Saiyan Goku on rotation attacking with you, and you during a super attack, you get an additional 59% attack. Same thing as the LR Gohan AGL Super Saiyan 2 when he's transformed. If you have a Super Saiyan Goku on the same turn, he gets 59% attack. A lot of people are very mixed on this mechanic. I want to know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments, because Noir and I are going to be doing a discussion about this, how this game, and we've talked about this already, and Goresha and G-Free have talked about it and everything. A lot of people have. What are your guys' thoughts on them basically making our teams for us? Like, a lot of people like the idea of being able to make the team really, you know, build it around maybe a category lead or something like that, but being able to still have some freedom to said team mechanics. And now all of a sudden we're starting to really see a push for these cards where it's like, okay, if you want this, you know, fine, here's the category. It's a pretty big one, but if you want to see this guy's full potential, you've got to add this card. Oh, but if you want to see this guy's transformation, you got to do this. If you want to see this, you got to put this card. And all of a sudden, you got this very random team, or half your team, because you have to have this card on rotation with that other card. You know, it really limits how you're supposed to make that team work. So I want to know all your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Okay, just put them all down there. Whether you like it, you hate it, you're in the middle, you're not really sure. Again, just let me know all your thoughts, okay? So I'm definitely very, very hyped. I'm very, very hyped for this event. At least Gohan finally has a stage where he can transform no matter what, because there are certain teams he cannot transform, 100% cannot transform unless you are facing off against an Android enemy, okay? So that's something right there. But we'll have to see exactly if they change any of the missions. I doubt they will. We'll have to see what those missions are, though, in terms of the prizes. We know what we know how to beat them now because we just translated them. We don't know exactly what we're going to be getting, so we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, guys, that's me for the video. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. And like I said before, we'll be streaming this new event when it comes out. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. So anyway, that's me for the video, though. Until next time, everyone, I will see you all in the next one.